Hey loves, so today is going to be a chatty get ready with me / haul video. I did one of these somewhat recently and you guys responded so well to it. Most of you guys were telling me it was really fun because it was a get ready with me, but I'm forced to get out of my comfort zone when I'm using like all new products. So today I'm going to be hauling and using some products I got on GlamBot, and if you do not know what GlamBot is, I have made a previous video about it and I order from them all of the time. If you are on my Twitter, you'll always hear me say what I snagged. Like, I have snagged MAC limited edition items from years ago. Basically, it is a platform where you can buy and sell your gently used or new makeup, and you can send it to GlamBot and sell it and earn a profit, or if you're like me, you just want to find some awesome deals. It is like the world's hugest treasure hunt, and it is so much easier than shopping like specific blog sales because you know exactly where the items are being shipped from. The sellers of the items ship to GlamBot, then they ship directly to you. Everything is 100% sanitized, like clean before it's sent to you, which is a huge thing with me. I always thought like used makeup was kind of gross, and they don't do anything unsanitary like sell used mascara or anything like that you can't, you know, like re-sanitize. Items do sell pretty quickly because that's the nature of a blog sale. For instance, I found this Rockin' Republic blush, and if you guys know anything about Rockin' Republic, this brand stopped making makeup like a few years ago, and the items are impossible to find. You usually have to pay like $90 for one of these blushes on eBay, and you don't even know whether or not it's real. GlamBot does not sell replicas. They don't accept them. It's a very like much so a strict policy, so you know that you're getting an authentic item. And on top of that, this was like I think $30 or so, which is basically what it cost when it was actually being sold. So due to the nature of it being limited edition stuff and things that are very just sort of in high demand, items move really quickly. So if you find something you like, totally buy it. I'm going to be chatting more about it throughout this video, but I just wanted to give you a rundown before I talked about them in this video and was like, I got this from GlamBot and blah blah blah. So actually there is going to be a 30% off coupon code that is going to last for 72 hours after I push out this video. 3 days from now that coupon will be expired. They do not do promos this big. Like 30% off is a huge discount on already discounted makeup, so you can use that using the link down below. And I think that's pretty much it. You can also sign up for emails. They often do like 30% off sales where things are highly discounted. The other day I saw MAC Tender Tones from like a year or two ago, and they were brand new and they were like $13, so they were on massive clearance. So they do huge clear outs like that all of the time. So yeah, it will be linked down below along with that promo, and I'm just gonna get started. I've already primed my face just using my Too Faced Hangover RX because I feel like I need to give this primer a bit of time to sit on the skin before I put on foundation. So it's been like pretty much from the time that I started this video until now, and now I'm gonna do foundation. My fake tan is rubbing off pretty fast, so I'm really and truly only like a shade or two darker than I naturally am, so I'm going to turn to my Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Plus Smooth Foundation in the shade 120. I go back and forth all of the time with this foundation on how I like to apply it, and here recently it's just been with my fingers. I feel like I really do get a very full coverage when I do it this way, which is kind of strange because I feel like with most foundations when you put them on with the fingers it's like sort of sheared out. But this one, I just feel like this is the best method of application, so I'm just going to blend that in using my fingers. I'm hoping the lighting is okay, by the way. This is like the worst day to film ever. I may have to readjust my lights here in a second once my foundation is done, but this is the worst day ever to film. But basically I have been so swamped all week with all sorts of things I'll chat about you with in this video, so today was basically the last day I could film it. So here recently I've been using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I do have this in the shade NW20 because it has a slight pinky tone to it. Mine is kind of gross. I always like pump way too much and it gets everywhere, but I'm just going to take a pump of this. I've also been using this as my eye primer. It's kind of become my all-in-one miracle product, and I don't know what took me so long to buy it. I have a whole MAC Cosmetics haul coming later this month. I'm also going to take some on the forehead right here, as well as just right down the nose and on the cupid's bow. And I also like to conceal right around the nose. I know this looks so messy, but I'm just going to take a damp sponge and start to blend that in. The nice thing is too, I always tend to break, well, it's not a nice thing, but in the grand scheme of things, I always tend to break out right in the center of my face, except for like random oddballs like this little guy right over here. And I'll just like blend in my concealer, then take the sponge and lightly go over those areas that aren't in the center of my face. But pretty much this concealer not only highlights, it also covers any marks that I have going on, so it's sort of a double whammy. And it primes my eyes, which is nice. Using a Rimmel face powder, and this is in the shade Sandstorm, I'm just going to set that concealer right under the eyes. And I'm going to give the concealer on the rest of my face a little bit of time to set before I go in with powder on that, just because I feel like this area, because I don't use much product, well, I use a lot of product, but it's thin because it's concealer, never gets cakey, but like I'm putting foundation then concealer in areas where I'm highlighting elsewhere, so I just like to give it a minute or two to set before I put on powder. Alright, so we're gonna start with eyes, and I got the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, and it's really funny because IT Cosmetics actually sent me like a brand new one, and I was able to give that one to a friend because I know myself and I'm not gonna use an entire eyeshadow palette, and this one was so heavily discounted. I feel like it was like 50% off because the person who owned it before hit pan on this pearl shadow, but honestly, it's huge and there's still so much product left. Like you can see most of the other colors were not touched, and normally this palette is like close to 50 bucks, I think, and it was in the $20-ish range, like somewhere between like 20 and 25 bucks. So the first shade I'm going to be using is the color Warmth. I believe all of these shadows are matte, and then you have like a pearly color to transform them. So I'm going to be using this one as a matte today, and I'm just going to dust that really, oh wow, I did not get much of that. It's actually quite pigmented. I'm just going to dust that right into the crease. So then I'm going to use the color Soulful, and this is more of a pinky toned brown shade. And I'm just going to really lightly bring this into the crease and really focus this on the outer corner. Really liking this palette so far, but you know me, I love my warms. Alright, so just gonna take a second and blend. Alright, so it says on the back if you want to make a color shimmer, you just take the color first and then you dip it into the transforming pearl. So I'm going to take the color All Heart, and I'm going to load up a Sigma E55 shader with this, and then I'm going to run my brush over the transforming pearl. The only thing with that is, why wouldn't you use the pearl first? Because like it just like makes it all muddy. We'll see. I'll try it another way in a minute here, but I'm just going to pack this onto the lid. Yeah, I feel like it works a million times better to do it the opposite way, to take the shimmer and then take the matte color. So I'm just going to pop that onto my eyelid, and I'm leaving the inner corner blank. I'm going to use a different shade in that, but I'm just going to use that all over the lid for a quick wash. Okay, so again, we're going to take the transforming pearl first, and I'm going to go into the color Love. Just going to put that right there on the innermost corner. I'm going to go into the color Java, and this is a Morphe pencil brush, though like letters have rubbed off on it because I use it so much. I'm going to sculpt out the crease with this, so really putting that right into the crease, and I'm going to bring whatever is left into the outer third of the eye. Then I'm going to take my Morphe Gunmetal G17 again, and I'm going to blend with this. I wanted to do more looks lately that don't rely so heavily on my bar liner because I'm very, very, very comfortable with that, and I've wanted to start branching out. And I feel like I often go to my bar liner and a pair of really wispy lashes, but today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to now take the color Java, and I'm going to take this on an angled brush. This is like an eyebrow brush from e.l.f. that I don't love for my eyebrows, but I love it for liner. So I'm taking it in Java first, and then I'm going to take it in the color Noir, which is just a matte black, because I don't want to start black, and I also want this to tie in with the look, but I want it to be darker than this outer corner color that I have going on. So I'm going to get right up and into that lash line, and just out here on the outer corner, I'm going to press. And it is such a subtle difference, but you can really tell that this eye has a bit more definition at the lash line, and it kind of looks a little bit more pulled together. I'm going to highlight the brow bone with the shade Sheer Joy. Then using a Sedona Lace 904, I'm going to take the color Warmth. Lately I've really been enjoying these top heavy sort of eye looks where there's not too much definition down here. So I'm not going to put that much color down here. I really just want like a little wash of something. For now I'm going to leave the eyes alone and focus on the face. I'm going to take my powder once again and just dust this where I would normally need it. So I'm really focusing it in the T-zone area, like here on the chin, on the forehead, on the nose, just where I want my makeup to look more highlighted and also to stay put. I'm going to grab my NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer, and I'm not going to go overboard with this because I am using a contour powder today, but I am going to give myself just a tiny bit of warmth and definition because that can make the colors a lot easier to blend later. And I know that looks a little bit harsh, but I am going to blend it after I contour. I'm going into the Live, Love, Laugh. Yes, the Live, Love, Laugh. That is a tongue twister. Vitality Face Disc, again from IT Cosmetics. I got this brand new on Glambot, like brand spanking new. And I'm going to take this contour color on my Lorac contour brush that I got with their contour kit. I've actually never used this brush before. I am just going to go right under the cheekbones. Then I'm going to blend out using this angled brush from e.l.f. and actually this contour bronzer, whatever you want to call it, blends like super easily. I'm going to do the contour bake thing where you take your face powder and I'm just going to sculpt out that contour, but I'm not going to blend this powder just yet. I'm also going to take that IT Cosmetics contour color and bring it under the jaw. This color is like weirdly easy to blend. I'm also going to use it down the sides of my nose for a nose contour. Now I would just use the blush in this palette for the IT Cosmetics Vitality Face Disc, but because I got a separate blush, and this is from Rockin' Republic like I showed earlier, this is in the color Immoral. Like, I'm dead at how beautiful this is. I'm just going to take a bit on my brush and put that on the cheeks. And it is super, super, super pigmented. It's absolutely beautiful though. These matte, like neon shades are actually like so, so gorgeous once you get them on the skin. It's not even funny. You know, like if you use too much, you're gonna look like a clown. But if you go in light-handed and you really take your time and be patient and blend, they look so pretty. For my highlight, I am going to go back into the Vitality Face Disc and just use this one. And I'm going to take that on the tops of the cheeks. Oh, that's a really pretty highlight. It's not like overly shimmery. It's actually quite a natural looking highlight. I'm also going to take it right on the tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, and on the forehead. I'm going to fill in my brows as per usual using my favorite e.l.f. brow pencil. So the brows are done. I also really quickly blended that powder under my contour. And this is going to be a bit excessive. I wouldn't do this for day to day, but on days like today when I'm going to be doing a lot of filming, I have about 1 trillion errands to run today. I'm actually going to first go over my entire face with my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray. This stuff is really nice and it's hydrating and it puts a lot of moisture back into the skin and also makes your makeup look more natural, but it does not help with staying power. So that's where this bad boy comes in. This is Urban Decay's All Nighter, so I'm just going to give a little spritz of this as well. Again, super high maintenance. Honestly, normally I would do one or the other and be like fine, but because today's gonna be a long day, I used both. Totally thought I was recording, was not apparently. I just took a little bit of my highlight from this palette and like really quickly put it on the inner corners, and I dabbed a little bit more, so I'm going to blend for a second. And now I've already curled my eyelashes as well. I'm just going to start applying mascara. I'm going to be using a mixture of Tarte's Gifted with the IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes. I feel like this video is very IT Cosmetics for heavy, but I've been like using a ton of their products lately, so I'm going to start out with Tarte Gifted and really, really volumize the lashes and get a nice base. Now that I have a decent base down, I'm going to go into the Hello Lashes. And whereas the Tarte Gifted is much more of a natural slash like volumizing mascara, this one is like way more dramatic. It works a lot on length and it has like this crazy wand that grabs onto every lash and coats your lashes. So I am just brushing that through. Going to really try to get some volume here. But the nice thing is too, you can like brush them out after, you know, pretty much like clumping them all together. You can then fan them out and it looks really nice, at least to me. Hey. I love you. So I do have 2 lipstick options, and this is kind of funny. I picked up the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipstick in the shade Agatha, and again, I got a huge sale on this, but I think it's hilarious because I got that, and then Glambot always gives you like little samples and stuff for free, and they didn't just do this because I'm a YouTuber or whatever. They do this with every single order, and they gave me a little mini of Agatha too, which I thought was just so adorable. But I'm actually going to be using today the Marc Jacobs Love Mark Lip Gel Rouge, and this is in the shade Role Play. And and I just want something kind of natural today. I'm literally taking my dog to the vet and then I'm going to go grocery shopping. So I don't want anything over the top. I just want something on the more neutral side. So, not even lining my lips, I'm just, ooh, that is a beautiful color. This formula is gorgeous, and again, this is an expensive brand, so it's really nice to get a discount on it. I'm actually going to take a bit more of my highlight just to finish this off. I'm going to take it just on my pinky, and I'm going to dab that on the Cupid's bow. So that is the completed look. I actually went into filming today thinking I was going to do something much more dramatic and in your face and something smoky and with lashes and everything, but I actually really like the way that this turned out. It's more of a natural look, and normally I go to things like my comfort zone with bar liner and lashes, and I use lip liner, and I just feel like this is more natural and more subtle and more suitable for day to day. So if you want to kind of check out anything that I showed in this video that is new, you can definitely check out GlamBot using the link down below and get your 30% off of your very first purchase. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and until next time, I will see you guys very soon.